What's up, beautiful ladies? Dr. Emily Kiberd here with another episode of Thyroid Strong podcast. Today, we are going to jump into hidden ways Hashimoto's, the autoimmune form of hypothyroidism, hijacks your muscles. All right? Maybe this sounds like you. You hit the gym, you lift the weights, you eat the protein, yet your muscle tone isn't improving. In fact, worse, you might even feel weaker than before. And you're thinking, what the heck is going on? I am doing all the things. I'm doing all the things Emily recommends. What the heck is going on? So know that Hashimoto's doesn't just affect energy and metabolism. It can literally break down your muscle tissue and make it harder to build strength. So in today's episode, we're going to cover why does Hashimoto's cause muscle loss, the science behind inflammation and muscle protein synthesis, MPS, and how to rebuild muscle without burning out. And if you're like, oh my God, this episode is for me. If you're more than just a listener, if you're an action taker, if you're a go-getter, if you're ready to take your strength training to the next level, I have something very special for you inside of Thyroid Strong Elite to help you gain muscle without the crash. All right, let's dive in. Why does muscle loss so common with Hashimoto's? This might look like, oh, I lift weights, but I kind of look skinny fat, or I just look like I have a layer of adipose tissue on top of my muscle. Number one, low thyroid hormones. So low thyroid hormones can lead to slower muscle growth. Thyroid hormones, T4, T3, regulate our muscle metabolism. When free T3, the gas, the thing that makes us lose weight, get rid of brain fog, gives us energy, when free T3 is low, muscle protein breakdown increases, while muscle building slows down. What does this mean? In very simple terms, even if you're lifting weights, your body isn't repairing and growing muscle tissue effectively. So number one, low thyroid hormones can lead to slower muscle growth. Every cell in the body needs thyroid hormones. If we're not converting well, the body's going to prioritize things that make the body run and function. Our heart beating, our lungs breathing. It's not going to prioritize muscle. So muscle growth is going to be the first thing to go. Number two, behind the hidden ways Hashimoto's hijacks our muscles. Chronic inflammation destroys muscle tissue. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disease, which means there is this element of chronic inflammation, low-grade inflammation, as the driver of thyroid antibodies, giving you this autoimmune component to hypothyroidism. Inflammation causes muscle breakdown, causes catabolism, which can lead to weakness, muscle soreness, and slow recovery. So what does that mean for you day to day? After you work out, you might feel sore for days, which makes it harder to stay consistent. So chronic inflammation can lead to inconsistency, and we beat ourselves up. There's so much shame and blame, like, oh, I'm lazy, I didn't get it in, I failed, I should just give up. But honestly, if you dealt with the chronic inflammation from a root cause level, which gave you more energy, which helped you recover faster, you would be consistent longer. Consistency would feel easier. Bet no one told you that. Chronic inflammation, consistency, hand in hand. All right, number three, poor mitochondrial function means less energy for muscle repair. Your muscles need ATP, energy, to recover and grow. Hashimoto's affects mitochondrial function, leading to muscle fatigue and muscle weakness. What does this mean on a very basic level? You are more prone to burnout if you overtrain when you have Hashimoto's. So when we address mitochondrial function on a cellular level, we can then use our workouts to build muscle, to give us more energy, to repair our muscles quicker and faster and more efficiently. But we have to go at it from a root cause level, which is addressing any sort of mitochondrial dysfunction. Why traditional strength training can backfire. So many women with Hashimoto's, I find, train the wrong way and can end up feeling exhausted and totally tanked out on energy on their couch for 3 days after a workout instead of feeling stronger. So here are some of the common mistakes I find the Hashi ladies do that triggers burnout. Too much cardio. Too much cardio can drain our energy and can actually inhibit building muscle with Hashimoto's. Number 2, high intensity workouts too often. If you look at the research, high intensity workouts are meant to be done for 8 to 12 minutes, not for 50 minutes, okay? But when you go to a boutique fitness class, high intensity workouts are often done way too long and we're not given enough rest break. When high intensity interval training workouts are done too often, I would say do them twice a week, 8 to 12 minutes. But if they're done more frequently or longer than that, there is a spike in cortisol. And a spike in cortisol leads to muscle breakdown. The next one is overtraining without recovery. So I can't tell you how many women come to me training 6 days a week for over an hour a day. I'm like, okay, let's talk. Less is more here, especially when our thyroid antibodies are going up and our weight's not coming off. Muscles need time to repair. When muscles don't have enough time to repair, inflammation increases, cortisol increases, and then muscle recovery does not happen and it starts to break down our muscle tissue. This is why you hear me say smarter, not harder with our workout. So how can we start to rebuild our strength without burning out? We know the ways not to do it. Don't do too much cardio. Don't do too much HIIT training too often. Don't be overtraining without recovering properly. How do we do it the right way? And this is what we do inside Thyroid Strong and inside Thyroid Strong Elite. Those are my 2 signature programs. Thyroid Strong is DIY. Thyroid Strong Elite is a group program where I'm also going to dial in your calories and macros and your nutrition. Thyroid Strong DIY is just a workout program. So how do we rebuild strength without burning out with Hashimoto's? I think this is essential because if you can teach someone to strength train, to give them the tools to put on muscle, you are giving them a tool to always tap into how do I get more energy? If you are then teaching someone to strength train with good form and they don't injure themselves, that is a life skill. Those 2 are life skills. How to strength train to get your energy back and how to do it in a way so that you don't get injured. Life skills that I wish they taught women in high school and college, but you know what? We never get taught that. Sometimes we hire a trainer. Most trainers don't know how to work with the autoimmune population, and this is where Thyroid Strong comes in. So what is the right way to strength train with Hashimoto's? Number 1, prioritize lifting heavy over high reps. I like lower rep scheme. Some of the women I start with are like 3 to 5 reps. We work up to 5 to 8 reps with heavier weights instead of a high rep burnout. This stimulates muscle tissue without taxing the nervous system too much. Number 2, longer rest periods, which leads to better recovery. So I like women to rest 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. Sometimes for those who are very deconditioned or have exercise intolerance, we rest up to 5 minutes between sets. This allows for muscles to recover, allows for our heart rate to come down, our breath to come down, and allows for proper recovery before we go into the next set, which could potentially reduce cortisol spikes. We focus on compound movements, deadlifts, squats, push, pulls, carries, anti-rotation. We work multiple muscle groups at once. We work the big muscles, not just the little accessory muscles. You get more bang for your buck without overtaxing your body when you focus on compound movements, compound lifts. Us Hashi ladies, we only have so much time in our day. We have only so much energy in our day. So you'll hear me say, get more juice from the squeeze from your workout. We do this by doing compound movements. We do this in our walks by wearing a weighted vest, right? More juice from the squeeze because we do not have infinite hours to spend in the gym. The next one is we fuel for proper muscle recovery with the right nutrients. You've heard me say this. We aim for at least 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight per day. Protein helps with muscle recovery, so do carbohydrates. we focus on creatine supplementation. This helps support muscle recovery, muscle strength, gives a little swell to the muscles. And then we also, especially with Hashimoto's, prioritize electrolytes. This helps prevent muscle cramping and fatigue. You could be sipping on your electrolyte before your workout, throughout your workout, after your workout. So I really like supplementing those when it comes to proper muscle recovery using the right nutrients. The last one is optimizing thyroid health for muscle gains. So I like to check a full thyroid panel, which you probably heard in the last episode when it was like, why is TSH not enough? So if you didn't listen to it, go check out that podcast episode. But we like to test TSH, free T3, free T4, 2 thyroid antibodies, and reverse T3 if you can get it. This ensures thyroid function is optimized. If reverse T3 is too high, we know that you're potentially overtraining or there's an underlying infection. And if you're overtraining, then we know, looking at reverse T3, hey, we need to dial it back, do it smarter, not harder. I also like to look at adrenal health just to make sure that overtraining is not a factor if cortisol is high in the morning or if cortisol is high or dysregulated throughout the day. So no one really talks about this because very few people look at the Hashi woman and think about their workouts. Very few people know how to read blood work, know how to look at functional medicine, know how to look at someone's body composition and optimize it through their workouts, giving them workouts that don't burn them out, and through their nutrition. And so these are hidden ways that Hashimoto's hijacks our muscles and why it's so important to feed our muscle tissue appropriately, not only through nutrition, food is one piece, we all like to focus on food, but also through our workouts. And it needs to be done in a very strategic way. This is what we do inside Thyroid Strong, my 6-week workout course for the Hashi ladies, and what we do inside Thyroid Strong Elite. So if you're ready to build strength the right way, I highly recommend you jump into Thyroid Strong Elite. It is so affordable. Most women, colleagues, coaches that I know charge $500 to $1,000 a month for this kind of coaching to get one-on-one access to me. I do not charge that much. And what is it? It is customized strength training programs designed so that you can put on muscle and burn fat. We focus on muscle gain without the fatigue and burnout. And it focuses on calories and macros. So it's not only workouts, but also how are you fueling your body appropriately so that you can put on muscle tissue, burn fat, and fit into all those clothes that are in your closet that you want to go shopping in again. So enrollment is open. You can click on the link in the show notes. The first 10 people who sign up, you're going to get a one-on-one strategy call with me to dial in your workouts, to talk about all the things, labs, whatever you want to talk about. If this is like, oh my God, this sounds amazing, check out the link, dremilykiberd.com/elite. And the first 10 people, again, one-on-one strategy call with me. There is a group element to this. There are other women in there with Hashimoto's going through the same journey. How many times have you gone to a workout class or worked out with a group? Maybe it's a CrossFit group. And you're like, wow, all these people are pushing really hard and not crashing. All these people are losing weight and I'm doing the same thing as them and I'm not losing weight. That's because they don't have Hashimoto's. Thyroid Strong Elite is for you. It is specifically designed for the Hashi ladies to lose weight in a very strategic way, focusing on calories, macros, thyroid-friendly workouts. We talk about carb cycling, electrolytes. We talk about so much on the calls every Friday. But the first 10 women who sign up get a one-on-one strategy call with me. All right, ladies. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share to your fellow Hashi lady who needs to put in some muscle. Just remember, strength is your superpower. Don't let Hashimoto's take that away from you. All right, ladies, I will see you in the next episode, and I hope to see you inside Thyroid Strong Elite.